Now, your Big 2 Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chase Menendez. He warns you first.
Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We are very, very close to the weekend. Some would say we're already there, but I like to think the end of the day is the weekend. And by the time we get to the end of the day, this warmth that we're seeing this morning will feel very, very nice in comparison to the week that we've had. 6 degrees warmer now for Odessa Midland than we were this time yesterday. Marfa picking up 8 degrees. That is a pretty sizable difference. Now, considering Sunday into Monday, we dropped off about 25 degrees. We're picking up a large percentage of that for this morning, and that puts us at 50 degrees now for Odessa Midland, 46 for Hobbs, and 44 for Guadalupe Pass. All of us above freezing, even at the higher elevations. That is great news, but we've still got a lot of water on the roadways. We've still got a lot of wet conditions. Hopefully, by the time we get to this afternoon, we can kind of see some of that begin to evaporate, and maybe we'll see some warmer temperatures, too. Yesterday, our low, 44 degrees. We're already pretty warm compared to that. 50 degrees was our high, and that's where we are right now for Odessa Midland, curiously enough. Now, we may drop off 1 more degree by the time we get to see the sunrise. 49, I think, is our low, and then we'll warm up to 62 degrees. Actually, a big jump in temperature for once. Almost 13 degrees difference. Now, we're still about 15 degrees below average from high temperature to normal average high temperature for this time of year, but even still, I think it's a nice change of pace. As far as the fog goes out there, yeah, we're still dealing with that. It's still gray, a little bit rainy. Odessa Midland at a clear 10-mile visibility, but Big Spring at 4 miles and Snyder at 3 miles, along with Fort Stockton. Now, check out places like Marfa and Guadalupe Pass at less than 1 mile visibility each. Very, very dicey situations as far as driving goes out that way, especially in the higher elevations. So do be careful driving this morning. Well, generally, just be careful driving all day today. We've got those wet roadways, and we've got a lot of that fog still in place, and a lot of rain developing just outside of our viewing area. Now, some of the rain still developing in the southeastern basin. Places like Big Lake looking a little bit rainy. Ira Ann looking a little rainy as well. But once we get to this afternoon, I think most of that tracking off to the north and east should begin to phase out. Now, as far as flooding concerns go, we're not looking at too much of that across the basin. Just like the past couple of days, most of the rain is situated off to our east. San Angelo, Abilene, looking pretty rainy and a little bit flooded. In fact, we've got more flood warnings in effect this morning, lasting until 7 a.m. So if you're driving off to the east, if you work in San Angelo or Abilene, any of those places, we're all under flood warnings. So be careful driving out that way. Make sure you slow down through those puddles and just arrive there safely. Once we get to this afternoon, though, we've got a small chance to see some sun. We might see those clouds parting. We've got a front coming through, a dry front coming through that could push a lot of that cloud cover out of the way. If it pushes to the south, as far south as Odessa and Midland, and if it pushes through before the sun goes down, we've got a good chance to see some of that sunshine. I usually talk about rain chances, but today I'm talking about sun chances. Now, again, we've got a chance to see that. We've got all this cloud cover coming through because of that cold front that we had earlier in the week, and now we're starting to see the effects kind of dissipate finally about a week later. As we get to this afternoon, we'll start to see those clouds staying in place, but not too much in the way of showers developing according to this model. I think it's pretty accurate. We may see a little bit of that mist hanging in the air, collecting on the roadways, keeping those roads wet, but if we get this front to push through a little bit sooner than 11 p.m., then we've got a good chance to see some of that sun shining. Now, as we get to tomorrow morning, a lot of this rain will begin to develop here south of I-10. I do expect it to stay mostly confined to south of I-10, but there is a good chance that some of those showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two, will creep up to the north and make its way to our viewing area here in Odessa Midland. Yeah, it's gray, it's kind of rainy, a little bit misty out there, but I think a 40% chance to see some showers before noon here in Odessa Midland today. A nice drop in those rain chances compared to just rain that we've been seeing the past week. And tomorrow we've got a 60% chance for some of those showers and thunderstorms south of I-10 to creep up into the basin. Sunday only a 30% chance, but look at those temperatures. 62 today, 61 tomorrow. Kind of cool on Sunday, but we'll pick up again to the 60s for the start of the work week next week. So pretty good, pretty good.
At least we're out of the 40s.
Yes, at least
yes,
we're out of the 40s.
It feels nice.
Goodness,
I'm so excited to finally experience fall.
Yeah,
Ready.
I know.
And I can get to a pumpkin patch, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because it's not freezing cold anymore.